So how you doing out there, folks? It's been a little while since I made a video, but finally got my first truck build rolling along, so thought I'd do a video about that. So here you can see it sitting here. Get up a little bit closer so we can get a better look at it. So let's see. As you can see, I'm going to be building a day cab. Cab is a true scale RC that I purchased off Shapeways there. It's going to be a Kenworth W900b. So yeah, day cab on that. It's kind of the look I wanted to go for. The plan as of now is to use the stock Grand Hauler steps and tanks. I went ahead and purchased a Grand Hauler kit to get a lot of the little miscellaneous parts for the build and so forth. And I think some of those stock parts are going to look pretty good on there. So that's what I'm planning on rolling with for the time being. Let me see. Let's pop this off here. So cab and front end are in two pieces, so you're probably going to have to do something about that. A little bit of modeling involved, a little bit of modification. One nice thing about the cab, it is designed to use the stock Tamiya floor mount. And it bolts right in there. Had no problems with that. Didn't have to modify or massage anything. So pretty happy about that. I'm liking the cab. Since we're talking about the cab, that'll definitely need some sanding out. Probably some high build primer to make it look right before it can be painted. And let's see, moving on. This truck is going to be a true tri-drive. So let me show you what I got going on there. Now a lot of guys just go ahead and use a stock suspension, or maybe get an aftermarket add-on air ride axle. I didn't really want to do that. I really wanted a true tri-drive. Sorry folks, camera just about fell off the mount there. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about, I wanted a true tri-drive. I didn't really just want to add on a tag axle or a lift axle or whatnot, or an add-on air ride axle. So what I did back here was, let's see, I used two Lisu suspensions. See if we can get you a look at that. So I'm using two Lisu suspensions. I think it's going to work out pretty good. Let me see. For those of you that are wanting to maybe recreate this setup, the rear suspension is part number X8012. I did also need, let me see. They're a little bit tough to see, but there's just a little bracket that bolts up on the axle housing here. Sorry, let me get my hand out of the way. Bolts up on the axle housing here. Let me see. That was going to be part number Q9025. You need 3 of those to make that work. The axles I'm using are part numbers, let's see, part number Q9023. That's going to be the very rear axle, the non-pass-through axle. And then the 2 pass-through axles are Lisu part number Q9024. And I like the way this setup's going so far. I think you'll have great traction. And let me see. Just give you a little bit of a demonstration here. You can see whenever the rear axle goes up, it presses down on the middle axle. Same thing up front here. And then when the middle axle, when it's forced up, it forces the front and rear axles back down. So I think this thing will have plenty of traction, even though the rear ends are not locked. Oh yeah, let's see. So one other thing I had to do, folks, to make this work. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Right here you can see the springs where they sit on the axle. I did have to trim those back just a little bit so they weren't butting up against each other. But other than that, everything pretty much bolted right up. And before I forget, let me just get you a measurement between those cross members in case you want to recreate the same setup. And the spacing between those cross members, let's see. Well, it's kind of hard to get in the camera frame here, but the spacing between those cross members is just about 106.5 millimeter. That should give you a pretty good wheel and tire spacing on those. Well, folks, I think that's probably about it for this video. I'm going to be using a Lisu front suspension as well. Some of the parts are taking a little bit of massaging as I go along, so I'll try and keep you updated on that. But thanks for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Have a good night.